Yay.
Yay, hello. All right. So, you and I were just chatting quick, but let's go over what we're going to be reading.
Yeah. So I will be reading Ironheart. Oh dear God, light.
Yeah.
Iron-Hearted Violet by Kelly Barnhill. I think this was written like a few years before The Girl Who Drank the Moon, which is her, I think, more famous work.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a middle grade, so it's reading very quickly, and I like it. So
Nice. Yeah. Is it? It's the first in a series, or is it just a standalone?
as far as I know, it's just a standalone. I'm really
Okay.
hoping because that's what I need right now. So after finishing Ship of Magic, so
Yes. Yeah. A little break in between.
yeah. Lena.
Hello. All right. Well, I'm going to be reading some Gurzel by I Anonymous.
Is it a
There.
novel or novella?
It's gosh, you should probably know this. It's 230 pages, so
Okay.
it's
So yeah,
pretty short.
a short
Um,
novel, not quite novella.
yeah, from the details online, it says it's about middle grade, but the content of it is bit older, I would
Oh,
say. So I'm a little, that part's got me a bit confused, but it's basically an Arthurian retelling with an evil dragon. So
interesting.
that
How
caught
far
my
into it are you? Are you just starting?
I started so I'm about 80 pages.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, so not too far, but in a 200-page book that is a dent. Oh, nice.
Happy Mother's Day, Lana.
Happy Mother's Day.
And happy early Mother's Day to you, Kayla.
Oh, thank you.
Hopefully the kiddo gives you a break tonight and just lets you read. So
Yeah. He's usually pretty good. Once he goes down, he's down for the night, which I'm very grateful for. That doesn't normally happen
knock on
at
wood,
his
crossing
age.
fingers.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. How about everyone else? There's what books is everyone else going to be reading tonight?
So I don't know if you knew this, but if you wanted to show comments, you could just click on the comment and it'll pop it up.
Ooh, that's good to know. Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Excellent.
I'm here to teach and to share
Yes.
my wisdom.
I appreciate it. It took me forever to get this set up, so I'm glad it's done and I can actually start using it.
Nice. Sprinting every other day now.
Yes, pretty much.
Nice. Rosewater, that's the Todd A. Thompson? I think, right?
Nice.
Never Die.
That one's great. I actually just finished that a couple weeks ago or a week ago.
Nice.
Really good.
I have that. I was surprised when I got it delivered, and I'm like, this is actually really short, like compared to what I thought it was going to be. So I've only read a short story by T. Kingfisher. It was part of the Mythic Dream collection, and I really liked it. So I am interested to see what their longer works will do for me. So, yes.
Yes. So yeah.
Anita!
Hello.
What are you reading,
Welcome.
Anita? It better be Ship of Magic.
Was it a buddy read that was happening?
I know Greg. Sorry, cat hair all over the place. I know Greg's Discord is doing Ship of Magic this month, so
Oh,
it
okay.
just so happened to be that I started reading it and finished it during that month. Oh, nice, Sword of Kaigen.
That one destroyed me. Yeah.
I DNF'd it.
Oh no. No.
I mean,
I'm kidding.
Kyle has been so I DNF'd it at chapter 6, and Kyle's been
Okay.
like, "No, you gotta continue it." And Leo,
Yeah.
who I was buddy reading it with, we both DNF'd it at the same point, and he actually went back without telling me and he finished it, and he's like, "I'm so glad that I finished it. It's fantastic. It's amazing." I'm like, now I feel obligated to actually go back and finish it.
Okay, well, if it's not something you're interested in or you don't want to go back, don't feel obligated. But I will say it was the kind of book that started to pick up more around 40, 50%, and it just became amazing after that. But it took time to get into.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really slow in the beginning. Let's see.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
That's good. Hey, for the most part, is better than not enjoying it at all. So, nice, nice. These. Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
These are a few of my least favorite things. That's just. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, how many books did you
Oh.
plan?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about right. See, no, that's all. I can't say anything else because that might be spoilery. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the reason that I DNF'd it is because it's not that the characters of Misaki and Mamoru, Mamoru,
Mamuro. Yeah,
oh,
something like
yeah,
that.
that they weren't interesting. It's just that like Emma Wong was just very repetitive in like them lamenting about stuff, and it's like, I get
Yeah.
it. Misaki doesn't like her husband and doesn't want to, is having struggles being a wife and a mother. I get it.
Yeah. Okay, so I've had that happen in books where that irritates me beyond belief. And the logic I try to give myself is if I was in that character's shoes, would I be thinking the same thing? Just repetitive drivel going
Yeah.
on and on about that situation because probably they would if they were depressed or they were like stuck in this case she was in a not so great situation with her relationship and her family life.
Mhm.
I try and think of it that way, but
Yeah.
then yes, reading it can be super annoying.
Yeah. I mean, if I were to go back to it, like looking at it from, even though it's told in third person, like it is third person limited point of view in a way,
Yeah.
as opposed to like Fitz in Assassin's Apprentice. Like that's first person, and I know plenty of people find Fitz annoying and just a depressed boy, which he is. But oddly enough, I actually was able to connect really well
Okay.
with the first person, which is normally not the case. I typically connect a lot better with characters when I'm distanced from them in a way. I know
Mm.
it sounds like an oxymoron, but
No, it makes
yeah,
sense. Sometimes looking from the outside in is a little bit easier than being right in the thought point.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the one, I think it was in chapter 6, the like huge action scene. That's when I was just like, I don't care.
Yeah. I
So,
get it for sure. One of my recent DNFs was Illborn by Daniel T. Jackson. And it was for the same reason. It was just repetitive to me. The characters were a bit plain,
yeah.
I found. And then along with the repetitiveness of the story and the dream that they keep having, it was like, all right, we're good.
Yeah, I actually still have it on my shelf, so I stopped at 100 page 112. So,
Okay. And you've still got the bookmark.
yeah.
There's hope.
Like there's no hope when I pull the bookmark out.
Yeah.
Although I have a bookmark obsession now, so I have like a ton of bookmarks. So I should never
Oh,
have to run out of bookmarks.
they're good things to have on hand.
True.
Definitely. I started putting mine in a little glass vase.
Nice.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that's basic.
I only pick up on repetitiveness if it's like very constant. Like
Or
yeah.
word for word, because
Yeah.
that's what I found with Illborn. It was like the same 3 words repeated over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. It's like get an editor, like stop copy pasting.
I'm sure we could go on. Should we get some reading in?
Yes.
Oh,
Nice. Wait,
very
Book
nice.
Depository gives you. Why did I never
Yeah.
get bookmarks from Book Depository?
You're gonna have to go back.
I know.
And say, I need those free bookmarks, please. All right. So we'll read for how long do you think?
You want to do top of the hour?
Sure. Yep. All right. How'd everyone do?
I was just trying to do the math because I'm terrible at math. I got like 60 pages.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Again, it's a middle grade, so it like reads like, and it's large print, so
Right. That's, yeah, just, it's still impressive.
Yeah.
I got 12 pages. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah. How about everyone else? We have some new people in. Stacy, Jake.
Patrick.
Yep. Patrick.
Matt just joined. Hi, Matt.
Hello.
I'm reading. Oh dear gosh, words. They're hard. I'm reading Iron-Hearted Violet by Kelly Barnhill.
And I've got Gurzel on the go from I Anonymous.
Hey, Stephanie.
Hey, Rich.
Hey, Rich.
Keep forgetting I can do this. It's great. That's just a great excuse to read more, Rich. Neetha, nice.
I would say, like, as if we need an excuse, but like for me, I need incentivization to sit down and read for a period of time. Otherwise, I would just keep getting distracted.
Yes, yeah, and it's the same with me. This is also just a good reason to practice live streams. It's essentially an Arthurian retelling with an evil dragon. That was the sales pitch I was given. It's interesting so far. It's got a lot of historical fiction to it, and it centers around a lot of different areas in old Britain, Africa, just a lot of like warring times. And there's this, of course, evil dragon called Gurzel.
Is it? I mean, when I hear like monsters, dragons, I know you said Arthurian, but like, is there like kind of like a Beowulf Grendel type situation so far? Because that's the only that's the thing I immediately think of when, for some reason, when I hear of that book.
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of. So there are references to Beowulf in this, but you also get references to like King Arthur and Camelot and Morgana and a few others, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure there might be some familiar names from the African lore that he's pulling from as well, but I just don't know them that
Right.
and like enough to say whether or not they'd be. But yeah, there's definitely that vibe to it. There's a lot of warring, battle, um, and it feels more story driven so far.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well,
How's the writing style itself? Is it like sparse, poetic, like?
I'd say it's pretty direct. It's pretty straight to the point, which is kind of nice. There's more story and world build than there is dialogue at the moment.
That's good.
Yeah, so it's like a lot of exploration of that historical fiction.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I found that the more that I read, the more that I am drawn to just the imagery of the words rather than dialogue. So
Nice. Yeah, I think I can go either way. But I do there's like a special place in my heart for books that explore the world through characters, POVs.
yeah.
Yes. Evil, he's very evil so far. Nice. Well of Ascension. I think that one can be a little bit polarizing. Some people like that, some people not so much. But I personally love that.
I have no
Escape room.
comment since I haven't read it, so.
No, fair enough.
Escape room? I'm assuming it's
Uh-oh.
a horror Jake book.
That's what it sounds like. I'm sure we'll come to Jake's comment.
Hey, dinner is good.
Yep, you got to eat.
That's productive, so.
Should put productivity sprint next to this. Yes, it's self-pub. Yeah, and he is in the Discords quite often, actually. Or she, I don't know. They're anonymous. Who knows?
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Jake, you need to broaden your horizons and explore other authors.
Read who you love.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, if I wouldn't feel so bad about it, I would just be like, screw my TBR, I'm just gonna read Robin Hobb. But I would feel too bad. So
That's fair. Sometimes it's nice to change it up too.
yeah. It keeps it fresh.
Yeah.
I think that's why I also like I have a tendency to switch genres as well. Like if I read too much fantasy, I get, and by too much I mean like if I read 3 fantasy books in a row, that's a lot for me. So I like switching it up.
Yeah, I find changing genres keeps me out of slumps. Nice, 30 pages. Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on that.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you just finished The Final Empire. For some reason,
Oh.
I always thought Anitha had read Mistborn Era 1 trilogy.
I think that is. So there's a whole thing where the Final Empire. Wait, or yeah, this is where I get confused with it. So the Final Empire is sometimes referred to as the trilogy, and Mistborn is the first book, or the Final Empire is sometimes referred to as the title of the first book.
Mhm.
So that's where I get confused. But yeah, oh, nice.
There you go. He was already ahead of me on that then.
Yeah, I will say I haven't read any Stephen King yet. Okay.
Nice. Though I didn't like it as much as Final Really? I never really heard that. Like, is it writing style or is it like plot wise or something?
So I mean, I enjoyed all of them. I wasn't really paying attention to style differences or anything like that, but I can see where that would come in. I think book 1 was very I guess action packed would be the better word. Like there's always something happening, whereas I've heard feedback that Will of Ascension is more there's a bit of a lull to it.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone.
I can fix him.
Yeah. Do you remember if Alan ever finished Mistborn Era 1, that first trilogy? Or is he still waiting on Hero of Ages? If he's still waiting on Hero of Ages, it's been since like last year.
Yeah.
So I hope he's started reading it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's finished it.
Cheddar Off Dead. So is that the cozy mystery stuff? Because that's, gosh, those titles are hysterical.
The covers are great for them too.
Indeed. Indeed. I just gotta truck through this and get to Robin Hobb.
Yes, it's probably the best tip I've ever gotten for keeping out of a reading slump is changing genres.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
You probably told me this before, and I have the memory of a goldfish, so it didn't quite stick. So
I've got the same memory. Oh yeah, the themes are different in Will of Ascension, so that makes sense.
All I know about Well of Ascension is apparently Zane is introduced in that one.
Of course, yes. Yeah, I think Alan pegged that one really well.
I think the majority of my fantasy book knowledge is via Alan. So, oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. Hmm.
Yes.
Nice. I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's what I'm thinking of then.
Yeah. Now the question is, did he or didn't he like it? And what skits will come from it?
I think he did. I know that he's looking forward to Era 2, just in general, because it's like westerny and stuff.
Yeah, it's got more of the flintlock fantasy to it. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Wait, you have
Era 2. I haven't
oh,
gotten to
I
Era
was
2.
gonna say, I was like, what?
Yeah, no, sorry. I was thinking while I was clicking. Sorry, guys.
I mean, those are definitely some of my least favorite things.
Yeah,
So,
that makes sense.
what?
Okay. That's good to know.
That's cool.
Hmm.
Of course, Jake prefers Era 2 to Era 1. Actually, I don't know. That means nothing, obviously, to me. So, I'm just teasing Jake. So, but you've read Stormlight, right?
I read The Way of Kings and I'm trying to start Words of Radiance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been on my list to read since probably February this year. And The Way of Kings, I think I read it over the course of 4 months. So it took some time.
Is it over 1,000 pages or just?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
about 1,200.
Oh,
And I find with Sanderson, yes, that's a chunky one.
Yeah. 1,089, I think, pages. 90 pages.
Oh, that's the Tale of Genji?
Yeah.
Oh, that's big.
It's
That's a
it's floppy.
that's a brick. You have
It
a
is
weapon.
a brick. It is a brick. And I'm pretty sure it used to be. I'm pretty sure that book and these used to be library books because they have that like weird like residue on the pages. I don't know
Oh.
why, but I feel like library books have a weird residue on them and they just smell like library books.
Oh, yeah, that's not nice. Okay.
Well, I mean, from what I've heard, Era 2 is like 500 years after Era 1 or so, or maybe 1,000 years. I don't know.
Yeah, it takes place after. I'm not sure how many years, but enough that there's been inventions since. So yes.
Honestly, Stephanie, didn't even realize that you were a Brandon Sanderson fan. I thought you just read classics and cozy mysteries.
Like that. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard that Words of Radiance is the best out of them so far.
I mean, I feel like that's the popular opinion, so.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it. I mean, I can see why from The Way of Kings.
Gingy translates to floppy. Out.
It is a very floppy.
I mean, like in the library, fine, I can deal with the smell, but like, I don't know, just
At home, it's not nice.
Yeah, you know.
That's a bold statement. You okay?
It's cool.
Okay.
Patrick
Alright.
just wants to fight today. He chose
Mhm.
violence. So,
Came ready.
kinda let's take this outside, Patrick, and fight like men. Fight like gentlemen. Ugh, yeah.
Yeah.
Every time, like, I just keep turning these freaking pages and, like, I don't know if you can even see it. Like, there's literal dust coming up out of this. It's ridiculous.
Can
Ugh.
you take, like, maybe a fine sandpaper to the edge just to clean it off a little bit?
I could, but honestly, I think it's, like, the make of the paper as well. So,
Oh,
like, yeah. Yeah. Watch, it's
yeah.
probably, like, asbestos or something in the pages, and I'm just like, "Ah!"
Watch you don't get a paper cut.
Although I actually, I did this. It's fine. It's fine. My fingers are fine. It actually feels pretty soft.
Oh,
So,
yeah, see, I'm similar. I've used Libby for so long now that I haven't checked out a physical book a long time.
yeah, I mean, I've never checked it. Well, it's been probably 20 since I lived in Tennessee, so probably 15, 20 years since I checked out a library book, but, like, it feels like it used to be a library book, you know what I mean?
It's got that grime to it.
Yeah, and there's also, like, I don't know, I can definitely see, like, sticker residue on here somewhere, and
Goo Gone. Get Goo
yeah.
Gone.
I usually do, uh, a hair dryer. I'll take, like, a hair dryer to your sticker. Yeah,
Yeah.
pops up so easy. I get itchy looking at some yeah.
Especially school libraries. Yeah.
Yeah. Being Chris while reading library. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Have some etiquette, please.
This one, I got it from Amazon because I have to support Jeffrey Bezos and his divorce. So
Very kind of you.
I should feel bad, and I do feel bad about, you know, supporting corporate overlords, but you know,
Some, sometimes you just gotta.
sooner or later.
I
Nice.
hope so. It's been really handy for me anyway.
Yeah.
I don't have to rush to the library.
I really like just the audiobook abilities, and now that I've scribd as well, so
Yeah.
I have even more access to audiobooks, and I'm just like, if I'm struggling with a book, I'm be like, okay, see if there's an audiobook and then check it out. And typically 9 times out of 10, because my library is so small, my local one at least, uh, generally the books when they are available, they're available immediately. I don't have to wait.
Oh, okay.
Oh, excuse me. Goodness. And then I've also got access to the Boston Public Library. So,
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, mine here is was that I think one book, all it would tell me was that it was several months wait, and that's
ugh,
usually the case. They just don't have a whole lot of copies for
yeah,
our area, and it just keeps growing. Like, more people keep moving here, which is great, but they need to get more copies of the books.
yeah. I have not read it yet. That is next on my list after I finish this book. So, I
I
mean, if you
mean,
listen to a lot of audiobooks, I would definitely suggest it.
yeah, it's really handy for audiobooks. I don't personally enjoy reading the ebooks off of it though. Yeah.
I still need to get used to using my Kindle.
I've got mine. I've got mine here as a backup.
Yeah.
But in Canada, we don't have the same access to the library connection with the Kindle.
Oh, really?
No, because it's here we have a different brand called Kobo.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's supposed to work with the libraries here, but not Kindle
Huh.
for some reason. I don't know if there's some sort of law.
Licensing or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oy.
Yeah, that would make sense because that's about the time that I get them, and by then I've either already read it or, like, I've pushed it on my list.
My face was because of that comment, by the way. I'm just like, "Ugh,
I was
oh,
wondering what that was.
oh my god."
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean,
Oh.
I guess thematically appropriate.
Yes, Scribd, or
Script.
however you pronounce it.
Yes, scribed.
Scribd. It's good, I have it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I first tried getting into like ebooks, I tried using my iPad and my eyes were just like, nope, not gonna process any of these words, and I'm just gonna get a
Yeah.
migraine. So,
Yeah, that's I did the same thing, and then, my fiancé got me the, Oasis,
oh,
the Kindle
nice.
Oasis, and I have to say it's so comfortable to read. The backlighting is warm,
Oh,
and
cool.
it's, like, adjustable to, the room that you're in.
Oh, cool.
So and you can change it, you can change all the settings on it from warmth to brightness, so it's been the most comfortable device I've had to read on.
Nice. Yeah, I read for I don't even know where my Kindle's at right now, but like I read like a lot of the like short stories and like stuff that you can basically only find digitally now. Like
Yeah.
what is the Trespass collection that just came out? Although that's
Oh,
an
okay.
Amazon exclusive, but still it's like all digital. So that's how I
Yeah,
read the Stephen Graham Jones story and the Carmen Maria Machado story, which were both fantastic.
nice. Yeah, Kobo is just like a Canadian version of Kindle and, from what I've heard, not as good quality. Yeah.
Also that.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yes, it's not harsh.
Sorry, I saw
Yeah,
Night Shift and I
okay.
just immediately thought the Stephen Graham Jones short story collection. I'm just like, what does that mean? I don't get this sentence. And then
It all makes sense now.
yeah, we're good. I also preferred physical. Oh yeah, because
True.
I think Angela from Literature Science Alliance has mentioned that she puts in like requests to her library to get a book, and they'll like, I guess if I don't know if it's a case of just if someone requests it or if enough people request it, they'll get it. But
Hmm, that's a good tip, though. Good to try and find out. Yes. Yeah,
interesting.
really handy.
Is it kind of like it's basically dark mode, which is what my computer does.
Kind of. It's if you've ever used Flux for your computer or your phone or anything, it adds a warm light, so like a yellow or a brownish light as opposed to a blue light.
Oh,
So it's just a gentler tone for your eyes. I usually end up using my Kindle toward bed for the situation of I want to read late, but my partner wants to fall asleep. So keep the lights off and have the backlight on without my eyes getting too tired.
yeah, that was my
Mm.
argument with myself on getting a Kindle and be like, oh, I can stay up later and let my husband sleep, and then still got the side lamp on, reading a physical book.
It's a transition if you've been reading a certain way. Yeah, yeah. The quality for that is actually pretty decent too.
Nice.
All right. Well, shall we continue reading?
Yes.
All right. Do we want to go to the top of the hour again?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
You don't have to change a banner, so.
Yes.
Interesting. Didn't realize that.
That's good
Although
to know.
Rich is a photographer, he knows all about lighting, so
That's I mean, that's perfect though. Now you know.
Whether I utilize this information, that's debatable. All right. See you at the top of the hour.
See you at the top of the hour.
I reached the end of my chapter and I didn't want to start another one.
Oh, that's fair.
And like normally these chapters are like 2-3 pages long, but this next chapter is like 10 pages. I was like, damn it.
It just had to mess you up.
Right? It knew. Hi, Andrew.
Hey, Andrew. How'd everyone do?
I got like 50 pages.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Over the halfway mark now.
Oh my gosh, that's quite the difference from earlier.
Right? And I just started it this morning. So
Even more impressive, I have to say.
again, it's a middle grade, so
That's still impressive to me.
I'm practicing my turning off the sub vocalization or whatever and just like trying to read by sight, if that makes sense. Apparently, like some people can read faster if they don't sub vocalize, and
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about. I think some people use a trick with their finger to do that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Ever sure?
Sanderlanche. Is that what I think it is, Rich?
No, I knew what this. I know what the Sanderlange is, but I'm like, wait, what's Evershore? I don't think I've heard of that. But yay, Ship of Magic progress!
Yay! And also hello.
Nice.
Nice.
Yay, Nisa!
Ooh, how was it?
I would
Okay.
say nice, but I actually don't know. I haven't read it, so.
Same. I haven't read it, but I've heard good things.
Also, if Jake is still in the chat, there you go.
Yeah. 30? Nice.
Nice.
Lots of good reading in.
Oh.
Right.
Gotcha.
That makes sense. Yep. There it is.
That. Yeah. I mean, the thing that's helping me is, one, I'm not annotating anything, so I'm not stopping. I'm just like boom, boom, boom. But also, like, I'm not concentrating on each word individually. I'm looking at the line and just that seems to help.
Okay.
So,
I'm
but
sure
again, like it depends upon like what I'm reading. Like middle grade, yeah, I feel okay sub vocal like turning that off or trying to turn it off and just experiencing the story. I definitely can't and won't do that with like a Robin Hood because there's just so much that I know I'm gonna miss. So I feel like I need to like pay very close attention. So
that's how I feel about Sanderson with the Stormlight Archives.
Yeah, from what I've heard. That's what it's called. Yeah, I've heard about those chapters. I'm
not gonna comment.
Yep. Nice.
Okay. That's awesome. That's still a great read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh. Okay. Oh man. I missed the at part and I'm like, whoa, it's been like many years since you last read a book.
Oh.
Oh.
Diving in with it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a hard time with horror. So it's a genre I struggle to even attempt.
I read Misery and I thought it was fine.
Okay.
Not my favorite thing. And I tried reading I read Night Shift and I tried starting Skeleton Crew with Jake and company. And I just I guess his short work just doesn't do it for me.
Mm.
And Misery was okay. Like I gave it I begrudgingly gave it 4 stars because it really frustrated me, but it did what it was supposed to do, which was frustrate you and make you hate the main character.
Right.
And but so I think I have I think I might try The Shining next.
Okay.
Because I know of the film in bits and pieces, but I've never actually seen the film all the way through. And
Okay.
I know that the book is or the film is significantly, like, almost drastically different from the book. So
Oh,
I think I might try The Shining next.
that would be interesting to see the differences.
Yeah.
I'm just a pure scaredy cat. So that's where my struggle is.
Nice. Curious.
Aw.
So is she down for the night finally? How's Caden, the new baby?
Yes. How are you all doing?
Insert what is it, Mandalorian meme here. I would like to see the baby.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
another Jake book, I think, right? I'm actually intrigued by that one. Flames of Mira. Nice.
Nice. That one actually looks really good. How is it so far? If you're allowed to tell us.
Oh, cool.
Nice. That sounds really interesting.
The film is a pile of doo-doo. Listen,
right.
Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall, I think is the lady, would like to beg to differ. Baby boy is a night owl. Oh no.
What? Oh,
Well, I
that's
mean,
hard.
he is a newborn, so he's probably not sleeping through the night already. So
No, but it's still hard. Like there are some kids that will, even as newborns, they'll tend to sleep during the day and nap during the day and then be up all night. And that's so hard.
oy vey. Good old Stanley Kubrick. Oh, nice. Delilah S. Dawson. Okay, I'm gonna look that up because
Yeah, I'm
I
not
really want
familiar.
to try reading more like female horror, which I have Shirley Jackson's like stuff, at least her most well-known stuff. But Delilah S. Dawson. Cool. Wunderbar.
Nice. Happy to hear that.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a series. Oh. You learn something new every day, I suppose. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I struggle to try reading King's work because I hear so many drastically different things with him
Mhm.
and his writing. I'm like, I don't know if it's worth diving into right now, which one to dive into. And Jake, yes, I know you gave me some pointers and suggestions, and I'm still mulling over. Disappointed. Oh, it's not good. Oh, sorry. Did you need me to pull one back?
Oh, no, you're good.
Okay.
Cool. All right. I am getting horror recommendations.
No, that's great.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. Like, mind you, the limitation of my horror is in literature is Misery and then Stephen Graham Jones works. But yeah, I the visual goriness I'm not really a big fan of, and the like psychological like tension of horror absolutely terrifies me in films, but I tend to like those the best. Um but like the tension and the horror in literature, I can stand that. But I will say that my most favorite horror film is debatably not even a horror film. It's The Exorcism of Emily Rose, and it's basically the structure of it is it's a possession story, like demon possession, but it's structured in the guise of a court case. So you have like, and it's based on a true story. So
Okay.
you have the court case, and you have the defendant saying, "Oh, it's the priest was trying to save the girl," and the prosecutors are like, "No, the priest killed the girl because he was neglecting her and not providing medical attention or whatever." Because they
Jeez.
argued like, "Oh, it's an actual demon possession versus no, she had like epilepsy or whatever,"
Yeah.
and the way and they structured it really really well, and
That sounds really interesting.
I still think about it. So
Yeah. No, that sounds like it would be interesting to watch or listen to. The Stand. Yeah.
you need like a 3-month loan for that because that thing's huge. I liked the TV show, but I know that that's apparently completely different from the book. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's what I was writing down is Jim Amore.
Oh, okay.
So I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, write that down.
No, it's all good. That's kind of depressing.
No. It has a book. I mean, I knew it was based off of like a true story or whatever, but I didn't realize they had a book out of it. Although, didn't realize that The Exorcist was a book until a couple of years ago. So
There you go. That happens a lot more than like I realize. Or I watch something and I'm like, oh wait, no, this was a book from however many years ago. What?
well, it's like The Princess Bride. I mind you, I only watched that for the first time when I was probably like in my early to mid 20s. So I was pretty late to the game. And then I realized, oh, it was based on a book. And I read the book last year. Yeah, last year.
Okay.
And I was like, I like it. Like
Yeah.
it's I mean, the same guy who wrote the book, he wrote the screenplay. And
Okay.
like a lot of people are like, "Oh, the movie's so much better." And it's true, it has a lot more like humor and stuff like that, but I think they complement each other well, and he did a good job adapting his own works. So
Yeah, that's a skill of itself. And I mean, when you think of the different platforms, humor does come across a lot better in an adaptation than a book because it's
yeah,
like text, right? You can't
right,
always get the emotion across.
right.
11/22/63. Okay. I'm going to note this down.
I thought that was more like a time travel thing.
Might be.
I know it's a Stephen King thing.
Oh, okay. Noted. Hmm.
Oh, The Children of Time Ruin.
Yeah. That's Tchaikovsky, right? I think
Yeah, yes.
yeah. I think the second one or another one just came out, and that's what they were saying was a bit disappointing.
I mean, again, mind you, I've only read Misery. I guess you could call that a character focus. Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess.
I have no opinion.
For some reason, I thought Children of Time was a standalone because that's the one with the sentient spiders, right?
I think so. I just remember what the cover looks like.
Oh,
Geez. Okay. Yeah. Lots of books coming out.
oh, okay. There you go. I
Okay.
just wasn't caught up with the chat.
Yeah. No, we're a little behind.
I mean, you just need to read Robin Hobb. So, just saying. Just saying.
Evie's got you.
I am definitely biased. So, both for Robin Hobb and against King. So,
Nightmareland Chronicles. Okay, so I'm not great with horror, but Leslie is starting to sell me on the Nightmareland Chronicles.
yes.
So we'll see.
I might attempt that at some point. Jake is wrong. Yes, Stephanie knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, it did scare me. So, but I just, again, the way that they structured it, like if you put it in if it's just horror for the sake of horror, I don't really like that, like gratuitous horror or anything like that. But if
Yeah.
there's like I don't want to sound like a pretentious snob, but like if there's intellect or meaning behind the horror, then that's what I really enjoy and that I really gravitate toward.
Well, it makes sense. I was trying to explain this to my fiance where because I have a hard time with horror and violence and just the gruesomeness that you can see in it.
Mhm.
And he was saying, well, a lot of the books that you read sound like they have that too. And I said, yes, but the difference is in my brain, I can kind of shut that off. I cannot visualize that.
Yeah.
And I can skip those if I need to.
They're words on a page as opposed to images seared into my brain.
Exactly. Exactly. So definitely
Oh, hey, buddy.
it's a difference. Nightmare Land. Yeah. Okay. All right. Nightmare Land is exquisite. Oh,
Ooh.
them's be fighting words.
Later on in the chat, I'm sure Andrew and Jake are just duking it out.
Yeah. I have no doubts. Okay. I think it is. I've seen it. It looks pretty big. Exorcist book is supposed to be good.
My husband's been trying to get me to watch American Psycho, and I'm like, hey, that's based off a book. Let's read the book first. 3 years later, still hasn't read it with me. So
Yeah.
oh, cool. I've heard of Katrina Ward's The Last House on Needless Street, and that like her latest one, Sundial, I think is what it's called. It's not as greatly received, but Days Pass Like a Shadow. Okay.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Anita.
Oh, go for it.
Oh.
No, you're fine.
Oh, okay. Andrew was saying that I think he was saying, yeah, what if my keyboard keep adding thanks at the start of messages? Yeah, not every Canadian is polite. I'm just gonna say that.
I thought
But
that
we're
was
known.
I'm sorry is the Canadian thing.
And a boot. Everything is a boot.
A boot.
A boot. Yeah.
So I haven't even seen The Exorcist. I think I might have walked in on like my dad and my brother watching it when I was a kid, and my brother is a year and a half older than I am, so he was a kid too. Why he was watching it, I don't know. And it was during the whole like the actual exorcism scene when like her head's spinning around, and I was just like, nope, out of there. I was also the kid that I had nightmares when my parents, for whatever reason, they let me watch Interview with the Vampire when it came out to theaters originally. And then also I had nightmares when Titanic came out because I thought I was going to drown.
Yeah.
And then I didn't have nightmares, but after, for whatever reason, my parents decided, oh, we're going to have a family movie night to go see Arachnophobia in theaters. I didn't
I
have a
don't
fear
know.
of spiders before then. I walked out with a massive fear of spiders and that is continued to this day. So,
Yeah, yeah, I don't blame you. I actually, when I was a kid, I was probably like 4, 5, and we lived in this apartment, but my parents had surround sound, and middle of the night, I hear Jurassic Park with all the screaming, the dinosaurs, and I'm like, "Nope."
I didn't have, like I was, I loved Jurassic Park, and I loved it even as a kid, but the kitchen scene with the 2 kids that were, like, terrified me at the time, and it still unnerves me to this day.
Yeah.
Wait, what is he saying what for? PB is the best movie ever?
Princess Bride,
Oh, Princess Bride. Oh, okay. Sorry.
I think is what no,
Did I mention I have the
Jake
memory of a
weird.
goldfish?
We'll try and catch up here.
I mean,
Wow,
you've gotta prioritize school and education.
it's important.
Turns off for the next 5 seconds. Jake is overrated.
Yeah. Yep. So we like we often have the French keyboards, English French keyboards here.
Mhm.
So that's yeah.
Oh, no.
That's quite the commitment you'd be making.
Oh, wow. We're really behind on chat.
Yeah, we're gonna catch up here. Disagree, sir. Okay, so they're having ats in the chat. They're shocked and appalled.
Andrew and Jake are duking it out.
Yeah.
King. Uh, Andrew, Farseer is better than Live Ship? Eh, I mean, mind you, I've only read the Ship of Magic, but they are both doing 2 totally different things. So, it's still Robin Hobb writing, so even if one is better than the other is still better than a lot of other non-Robin Hobb books, in my opinion, so
My sleep deprived brain had to process that.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no. Oh my gosh. Nice.
Nice. I'm actually excited to get to Rain Wilds just because everybody else hates it, and I want to love it just to be contrary to everyone else's opinions.
I feel like we can make a lot of adaptions to that song.
It's true.
Geez, you guys came ready for like fights tonight. What happened?
Well, it's Saturday night, you know.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure what that one is a reference to.
Oh, The Exorcist, probably.
Oh, okay.
A boot is the American impression of Canadian about magazine.
Ooh sound.
Ooh.
It's true. I've never heard someone pronounce it like a boot.
Wait, so then how do Canadians announce it? Like,
About.
out.
About.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
But
it's just a emphasis on the OU.
yeah, yeah, but that's like a joke. We don't actually say, "Oh, how you going about a boot?" Right? Like we don't we don't go around saying that. At least I have not met a Canadian that does that. I mean, some of my family's out in the East Coast. They do have strong accents, but a boot isn't one of them.
I have not. I probably have heard of it, but now I'm going to look it up after we're done here. So, of Spiders? Or I mean,
Is
no.
that Andy Weir's
Yeah,
Project Hail Mary?
I feel like I would get a whole new phobia just reading that book based on what I know about it. So,
Is that a trap, Andrew?
yes! Yes. Oh god. All the spiders crawling up the wall. Oh god. Ugh. It's getting meta. Evie about to see my Rain Wild comments.
Yeah. Almost there.
And it's true,
Yes.
Stacey. Andrew did
Yes.
show up and he started stirring the pot. So
Yeah.
he's the poor guy's sleep deprived, and he's probably slap happy at this point.
It's all good. I've been there and it's still fresh in my brain.
I mean, Americans have a lot of just misconceptions. Not necessarily even about Canadians. I
mean,
speak as an American.
I will say I was legitimately asked by an American when I was traveling if we lived in igloos. That was a legitimate question. They were serious. I had to calmly explain we live in the same kind of buildings.
I mean, I can't
'Cause
say that
yeah.
I've never asked a really dumb question, but I'm sorry that you had to deal with that stupid question.
It's fine. It makes for a good story now.
Yeah, right? Just, like, stop and stare at them like, "What?"
Yeah, I did have to think about it.
Mario? Like,
I'm not quite sure we might have lost something there.
get too big.
Yes, that's a South Park reference.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, what's his name? It's the little baby, not Kyle.
Kyle's brother, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, we have baked milk. Yes, we do. That is not a misconception. Yeah, we don't have the plastic jugs here.
What?
Yeah.
Oy vey.
Whoops, that one jumped.
Maple syrup and sugar snack. Sugar shack.
Sugar Shack. And listen, those are fantastic. That is the highlight of my year every year. Mhm. Yep. And you can freeze it. Ike, that's the name. Kyle's little brother.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, I'm just imagining bagged milk.
It's actually, I find, I don't know if anyone else finds this, Stacey, maybe you can share, but I find the milk in plastic jugs has a weird taste to it to me.
It does taste like plastic. I have noticed that, so I don't drink, like, dairy milk, like cow milk, animal
Right.
milk, basically, except for unless that's the only thing that's available, because I usually drink oat milk, and now, because I've been drinking oat milk whenever I do drink milk, dairy milk tastes so weird to me. Even, like, the skim milk or whatever, I'm just like,
Yeah, I get that. We have to give our son homogenized milk, which is basically 3.25 something percent fat in milk, and we drink skim milk. So, yeah, the taste is just drastic.
yeah. It tastes it's like you're drinking pure cream.
Pretty much. Is it? Oh, yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't know about room temperature. I'll take your word for that, Rich.
I mean, it's true. It's either teepees or trailers with no wheels. So,
Oh, sad.
Oh,
I
yurt. Actually, I mean,
Yeah.
yurts apparently are becoming very popular in some areas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, boo. Jake is gonna have to be my maple syrup mule. Uh,
Did you you just left and came back and after the skit? Yeah. Oh, wow. All the way in Ireland.
I mean, I don't think it's a hot take about the 0% milk because growing up, I used to drink whole milk, and my
Yeah.
mom would drink whole milk, and my brother would drink whole milk, and my dad would drink skim milk. And we would always make fun of him and tease him, and be like, "You're just drinking flavored water." And now that I've gotten older, I'm just like, I can't deal with whole milk. I can't even deal with 2%. Like,
Yep.
give me skim milk if I have to drink like from a cow. Well, cow's milk. But
Yeah.
the one time that I've had like fresh cow milk, I thought I was gonna puke because it was just way too rich. Oh
Oh,
my
no. We
god.
got so we went from
Oh no.
fisticuffs to there you go.
Oh no. Listen, get a room. You weirdos. Yeah, I rarely drink milk anymore. Like I said, like when I do, it's oat milk. So
Yeah,
oat milk, oat milk and Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
especially apple cinnamon Honey Nut Cheerios.
They have that?
Apple cinnamon Cheerios. Yeah,
That sounds amazing. That
it's
sounds
it's
very
like a
sugary.
healthier version of Apple Jacks if you guys have them up there. But
I don't think we do, but it sounds amazing.
yeah,
Sounds very sugary.
it is. But at least it tastes healthy.
There you go. I love how we got this chat on like 10 minutes of milk.
I mean, not the weirdest tangents that I've been a part of. So
Hey, there we go.
milk personality. I'm sure one exists somewhere.
Probably. Along with your like what cereal
Yeah,
is your
what cereal are
personality?
you?
What milk goes best with it? Did we want to read for another half hour? Did we want to end?
It's up to you.
Yeah.
I'm fine either way. I'll
Okay.
probably attempt to stay up a little bit longer to read anyways. But it's up to you if you want to start getting ready for bed or
I think I'm okay to keep going for a bit, so we could go top of the hour if you want.
okay. We can
Awesome.
make this the last one and just oh dear God, cat hair. Apple
It's
Jacks are
the
probably called something weird in Canada. Wait, what did I call you out for,
maybe.
Andrew? For be oh for being a weirdo? Yeah. Listen. Night, Stephanie.
Night, Stephanie. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for
Okay.
joining, Chris. Have a good night.
Thank
And yeah, it is
you.
holy crap, it is like really late. It's like what, 5 hours ahead of time?
Oh gosh. Yeah, thank you for joining us, but have a good night's sleep. All right. See you at the top of the hour. Hey, how do we do?
I only got like 10, 12 pages because all the talk about milk, I made myself an oat milk, chocolate oat milk.
That's an understandable priority. Yeah, I only got 12 pages too. Thanks for joining us, Rich.
Yeah. Thanks for joining, Rich. At least you got through the epilogue. I'm assuming that means you finished. So,
Fingers crossed. And fingers crossed it was good. How's your book coming so far? Are you enjoying it?
yeah, it's I mean it's not nearly as good as The Girl Who Drank the Moon. Mind you, obviously I'm not the target audience of this book, but it's all right. Like I'd say a high 3 stars. So.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's always the disclaimer that has to go with middle grade. It's like, I'm not the target
You know,
audience,
yeah.
so grain of salt.
Well, I mean, it's just like with The Girl Who Drank the Moon. You've read that, right? Or no?
I actually haven't. No,
Okay.
I keep hearing about it everywhere.
It's I mean, as an adult reading it, I was surprised with how much depth there was to it, and especially I mean for a middle grade, and it was surprisingly emotional, and it tugged at the heartstrings, and it was just very sweet. And I realized I never understood why people would read middle grade as adults, and I'm like, oh, now I understand. And now I
Yeah.
get it.
Okay. All right. That's nice. I always love books that pull at the heartstrings, even if they're for younger audiences.
Nice.
Okay.
That's good. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely looking forward to it even more now. No, her newest one is When Women Were Dragons, and it's her first adult novel. So
Oh, okay.
I'm very excited for that one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're gonna need some energy to process all that. Okay.
Is that part of the Arcanum Unbounded stuff, or is that a completely separate novella?
It might be separate. I don't know if it's part of the Arcanum, but I know that I think it's part of Sanderson's new sci-fi series that he was working on.
Oh, okay.
At least I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rich.
Yes.
Nice.
Hi, I messaged you. Get Voxer so I can add you to the Hob Hype Train Voxer chat. And you can share your thoughts live via voice message.
Yep.
Oh, it's not? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's sci-fi setting.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, oh, I'm gonna get some Cosmere into it. So
I mean, maybe, but I think it's I mean, it sounds like it's a clean cut, different sort of universe.
yeah. I mean, even though I guess Cosmere is technically fantasy, the
Mhm.
way that I've heard it described in like all these universes and stuff like that, I'm like, it sounds like sci-fi because they're all a bunch of different planets and people go to like different like universes, and I don't know.
Yeah, no, the way it's described definitely it sounds like it has a sci-fi element. So who knows? Maybe you just put a huge theory out there that'll
I'm,
crack every fan.
I'm I don't know. I mean, let's be honest. It's a fine line between science fiction and fantasy. They're basically two sides of the same coin. So
Yeah, generally they get lumped together in some genres, right? Like
yeah,
the SFF
yeah,
tag, right? Yeah.
yeah. Like Dune is a sci fantasy or fantasy sci-fi or whatever, and
Right. Yeah, that makes more sense now. Yeah. George?
no, just there was was probably my husband coming upstairs and he was dropped something. So yeah, hard magic
Yeah.
system is basically science. So
Yeah, it just depends on how far you want to dig.
yeah. Now I was actually thinking about the a few days ago. It's like basically I feel like the one thing that defines sci-fi separate from fantasy is that basically Earth has to exist in the story or in the universe. Whereas like in fantasy, it's just like, oh, an entirely made up world. And
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, like it sci-fi would generally, yeah, it would be around Earth and the solar system that actually exists. But I think so many authors blur that
Yeah.
that line has probably been crossed way too many times.
Hi, buddy.
Ooh, do we have appearance?
Doggo.
Oh, hello.
You look at what's a good boy? I know you're a good boy.
Hi.
Hi, Bobby. I know. You're a good boy.
Oh,
He's like, you got anything for me? No. Okay, bye.
okay, bye. Nap time now.
I know you're a good boy.
Is
I
he
know. You're
spectacle?
like, it's bedtime. Why are we in bed?
I know. Soon. Yeah.
Yeah, speculative fiction.
Yep.
And then add horror into it, and it's
Look
you
at
gotta.
that. You have a hodgepodge.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see what you're. Yeah, that's not gonna work, Max. He's trying to go onto the other side to get George's food.
Ah, he thought he was being sneaky.
Too smart for his own good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. Space troll.
That would be interesting.
I mean,
How? How though?
I'm trying to like technically it's considered sci-fi, and I'm trying to remember if Earth is referenced at all in the book, but The Vanished Birds is a sci-fi, but it feels like honestly like a folkloric fantasy to me. That's what it feels like.
Huh.
But it's also still a space opera.
Right.
It's honestly, other than Robin, if I excluded any of my Robin Hobb reads from this year, The Vanished Birds is my favorite read of this year so far.
Okay.
Like, it's like I want to reread it already, and I only read it in February. So
Aw.
yeah. So
That's a good book.
and it's a standalone, so that's even better. So
That's The Vanished Birds?
by Simon Jimenez.
All right. I'm writing that down.
So it started off as a short story, and it feels like you can tell.
Okay.
Kind of. It basically starts off with the short story that he wrote, and then he expanded upon it with like. But he did it really, really well and just really interesting. I just love the structure of it. I would love for you to read it and you to share your thoughts because
For sure.
it's so good.
Yeah, it's I really have been enjoying short stories, but for whatever reason, I'm the kind of reader when something's done, like when I finished a book, it's so hard for me to continue the series or continue on with the rest of the short stories.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, "Oh, great. That's the end.
Yeah.
All right, like nothing else to see here."
You haven't read any Ted Chiang or Ken Liu's stories, have you? I can't remember.
But I did recently get a copy to help motivate me.
I was just gonna say, Paper Menagerie, do it.
Yes, and I think the audiobook is on Scribd too to go with
really?
it. So
I would. So I know Leanna from Leanna's library tried the audiobook and it was not working for her. I haven't personally tried the audiobook, but just in general for short story collections, especially like those that are written by one author as opposed to like anthologies that are contributed by a whole bunch of different people, I like to take them slowly So like I'll
Okay.
read like a story and then read like a full actual novel, and then like I'll use the stories as kind of like palate cleansers,
Yeah.
and the novels for palate cleansers between each story. So it's like they each get their own separate time rather than like blasting through like
Oh my
10
gosh.
short stories of the collection and just having them all jumbled up all together. So,
I've been doing that with Flannery O'Connor. I've been
oh,
reading her short story collection, and it's it's kind of one of those weird, like, yes, it's my palate cleanser between novels, but a lot of the books that I read have dark themes, dark elements to it, and then I go to her stuff. I'm like, well, this was supposed to be uplifting, slightly better. Why?
well, I mean, it's so when I read how I can't remember which collection it was from. Oh, Stories of Your Life and Others by Ted Chiang. Um,
Okay.
I read it in 2020. And then there's a story in there called Tower of Babylon. And then,
Oh,
like, right after I read that story, I started reading Sinlin Ascends, which is the Tower of Babel.
yes.
And it was just this really neat correlation. And then there was a really cool correlation of a story that I read in Exhalation with Arm of the Sphinx. And
Oh, okay.
it just so happened that convenience sake that I read stories that really informed the novels that I was reading, and vice versa. And it's just interesting to like read stuff like that whenever you happen to have those coincidences. So
Yeah, no, it's kind of like, when we were reading the Winter Night trilogy,
yeah,
and Igor was coming in with all of these cool articles, facts.
yeah. Oh yeah, space travel.
Okay. Yeah, world hopping, that's yeah, okay. That would make sense, Rich.
Oh, wait, that's where it comes from? World hopping?
Yeah, it's a part of the Cosmere, as far as
Oh,
I know.
I just thought it happened to be a weird, funky channel name. Um,
Ah. Yeah, no, I think they took it from the Cosmere.
yeah, learn something new every day. So,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think there's just so many references that you can take. And actually, I want to go back to Senlin Ascends because I tried to start that and I tried to do it with the audiobook. I could not do it because of the pronunciation. I ah
yeah,
did anyone else struggle with that? Because I know you've read it. I
of
think a few
of
others.
of the tower, or of like the character names and stuff like that, or
It was just the babble. They
oh,
pronounced it Babel or whichever one. It drove me nuts.
so apparently didn't know this was a thing. Apparently, in everywhere that's not like North America, or okay, in the UK and Europe, they pronounce it Babel.
Okay, so that's why.
So
Okay. Maybe I can
I'm
tweak
like,
my brain
I
around
guess
that.
that makes sense, but eh.
Yeah, it's just when one pronunciation was stuck in my head and immediately the audiobook started and I tried to give it a try, go through and it kept pronouncing it the other way. I was like, "Oh my god, I can't. My brain is not working with it."
Well, on the flip side, apparently the word PRISED, that has come up a lot, or it came up a lot in Ship of Magic, and I'm like, what the hell is this word? What is this word? And then I realized it's supposed to be pride, like so they pried something open, or at least I think.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm now gonna Google it to see what it actually meant, because I'm like, what the heck is this? Yeah, to yeah, use force in order to move apart or open something. So to pry something open.
Right,
And I'm
okay.
like, I've never seen this word spelled before. I didn't know there was an S in it. Holy crap, what's happening? I'm a
Yeah.
35-year-old woman, and this is new information to me.
Well, it's new to me because I didn't know that either.
I guess it's not just me
Oh
then.
my god. No, not at all. I had no idea. World hoppers, definitely a Cosmere thing.
Snow Crash. Why
Oh,
have I heard of that before?
I think I have that on my shelf upstairs. I have not read it yet, though.
Good old Borges. I have his collected fictiones that I still need to read. So that's another collection that I need to work on. So
Yeah, there's just too many books, too many stories,
it's
not
tr-
enough time.
I mean, I think I can freely admit this with this audience. At least 70% of the books on my shelves are unread. So
Yes, thank you. It's funny, I have people ask, I'm like, "Oh, did you read that book on your shelf?" I'm like, "Not
it's like,
yet, I'm getting there." But I did read 5 other ones, they're just on my Kindle because I couldn't buy a physical copy.
what was it? Oh,
Yes, Neil
okay.
Stephenson, okay.
For some reason, I always get Neil Stephenson and Neil Schusterman confused. I know they're not the same person, but yeah.
Yeah, and I'd be surprised if anything beat your love for an anthem, Rich.
I don't know anything about any of them.
I haven't read it yet, but, Rich has been pitching it for a while in, the Discords.
Well, I've seen him talk about it, like, but I still don't know anything about it. I'm just like, what is this book?
All I know is philosophy and pink dragons. That's
All right.
what I know, and I will read it.
It's kind of like what is it? What's that book? The Darkness That Comes Before, I think, by R. Scott Baker. All I know about it,
Ooh.
apparently there's philosophy in it and it's very dark. So
Yeah, see? But you're gonna read it, aren't you? Maybe?
at some point,
There you go.
ideally.
Ah,
Oh, nice.
okay.
Oh, cool.
Nice, okay. I'll have to check that out.
Cool, 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 cool.
Alright. Did we wanna wrap up?
Yes, because I am
Passing out?
eating fast.
Same.
Plus, my mother-in-law's coming over tomorrow, and we gotta clean tomorrow, and
Oh, that sounds not fun.
it's fine.
Audiobook?
I mean, my husband is the clean freak, so I'm just like, just
Okay.
tell me what to do. Just
Fair.
tell me what to do. He'll
Yeah.
probably have like sports radio on, which is what he usually does as he's cleaning. So I'm like, why do you have sports radio on when you have the vacuum going? You can't hear it. So
Yeah, just something to distract.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for joining in and chatting with us.
yes.
Thanks for everyone who stopped by.
Yeah, and thank you for
Yes.
having me.
Of course, anytime. Thanks for joining in and teaching me more about StreamYard. This was very helpful.
And don't make my mistake. When you're in the stream, press in stream, don't click leave studio.
Got it. Awesome. Night, everyone.
All right, night.